but I'm happy. It's done. It's over. This is the last foot video for the right foot ever in life. We will be updating on the left foot going forward. And after that, we won't do any more unless I get the metal taken out. But other than that, this completes the online journey of my right foot. Thank you. And as of right now, I don't see my doctor until February 2021. And things are going pretty good. I don't have any pain, except, yeah, y'all thought it was all good, didn't you? My first metatarsal, of course, this is my left foot. We're talking about the left foot. The first metatarsal. Now, mind you, he did a Lapidus bunionectomy. Unbeknownst to me, we did not discuss that he was going to put a plate there. We did not discuss that. I was told that I would have the 2 pins doing the X on the first metatarsal, just like we did on the right foot. Didn't happen. He did something totally different. I'm still upset about that because the rest of the foot is okay, but that first metatarsal where that plate is aches. And now that I'm more active and I'm up and I'm moving and I'm working out, I'm getting it done, it hurts. And that pain has not subsided. So if this does not get better by the time I see him in February, this series will be going on because I'm going to make him take this metal out of my foot. I didn't want metal on my feet anyway, but I'm not going to live with a plate that is bothering me. I have a very narrow foot, so that's why he claimed he couldn't do the plate on the right foot. I don't understand what's so different from my right and left foot that he felt the need to put the plate in the left foot. He said it was a better procedure and he preferred this kind of work, but still, if it wasn't going to work on the narrow right foot, I don't understand why you would think it would work on the left foot. I don't get that. I understand he's a professional, but this is my body. I think he should have ran that by me, and I think he should have second guessed it because it hurts. Again, if this doesn't get any better, this series is going to continue and you will be seeing me get that metal out of my foot. So other than that, I don't have any pain except right there. But I'm walking, I'm up and I'm moving, I'm shaking, I'm occasionally twerking. But yeah, so that's that. I will keep you posted. If we're going to get this done next year, you will see a video pop up saying, hey, we're getting the plate out. You'll see it. I'll keep you posted. So thank you much for just took x-rays. Well, sis, I don't know if y'all can hear me. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can hear me, but it is officially a year later. I'm here in my podiatrist's office. Hopefully everything goes well. It is officially 8:19 a.m. Eastern Standard, February the 15th, 2001. Excuse me, 2021. God damn. Anyway, I'm in a parking lot. Hopefully everything goes well. I'll try to get footage. I don't even know if I'm going to need this or not. Hopefully I don't have to get this damn metal plate out my foot. But if I do, then this was the origin of that. So I'll see you all later. In the office, currently waiting on the doctor. I hope y'all can hear me. It's kind of muffled because of my mask. Okay, unfortunately it didn't hit record. It was on my lap. The phone was on my lap, but y'all didn't get to hear nothing. But it went well. We talked about my compression socks, super feet versus pierce stride. For my foot, pierce stride works best. We talked about Saucony's and Hoka ones, great arch support. We talked about house slippers needing, what was that word he used? Shock absorbing for house slippers. We talked about exercises, plantar fasciitis. He said everything looked good. X-rays were perfect. Bone structure's perfect. Scars were good. And the pain and that plate, for the plate, he did say, I'm going to see him in a year. keep exercising, keep stretching, and then in a year, if it doesn't work, he's going to take it out. He says a quick, easy, simple procedure. I'll be walking the same day. He just takes out the hardware, bada bam, bada boom, that's it. So hopefully the saga will be over. Otherwise, you're going to see this footage from February 15th, 2021 next year with me saying, girl, I had to go do it. So we're going to hold on to this footage. You might not see this until next year. Okay, this is my pre-consultation. My mask is on. I hope you all can hear me. This is my pre-consultation appointment. These are my questions. Today is December the 16th, 2021. And I'm waiting on my doctor to come in so we can start asking these questions. Okay, so at this point, you've just seen my appointment on the 16th. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. If you follow my series or my journey, then you know that my feet have been a problem for a long time, but I've gotten them fixed. My next appointment was originally February the 14th, 2022, which I think I mentioned in that clip. However, I couldn't wait that long. I had the out-of-pocket money, and I decided to just go ahead and do it. So I initially called on the 1st of December, no answer. Tried again on the 2nd day of December from a different number, and I was actually able to snag an appointment, which was the 8th. But they called me actually, I believe the day before, to tell me that he had a surgery to do and that it had to be rescheduled, which it was for the 16th. And you just saw a clip of that footage of me there. Okay, so basically he told me it was going to be a quick, easy, simple procedure. It's not going to take long. We can go ahead and get it set up. He's probably not going to be able to do it at the end of December because he's pretty booked, but I should be one of the first people to get the surgery top of the year. He also said that the surgical coordinator would reach out to me with further details to get it set up. I hadn't heard anything, so I let a week go by. I heard nothing, so I got tired of waiting. The end of the year was approaching. So I called on the 29th, finally was able to get dispatched over to the surgical coordinator. She made up a story about leaving me a voicemail on the 20th. I have no voicemail, but yeah. So she set it up all that same day. And she told me my surgery date would be the 12th. My appointment, January 7th, will be my pre-surgery appointment. January 12th will be my surgery date. And January the 17th, that following Monday, will be my post-surgical appointment with him. And that the outpatient facility, aka the hospital, would contact me to set up a date to get the blood work. She insisted that I shouldn't go to my primary care's office the way I used to do to go get the blood work, that this hospital will want me to do it there for this time for whatever reason. Somebody called me from the hospital on the 30th and told me that I could come on the 31st to get my blood work done. Now the 31st is New Year's Eve, okay? So she told me to come at 12 o'clock and everything was set up. It was be all good. And so I did that. However, when I got there, the building F had a sign that said that building F entrance is closed for the holiday. So I ended up walking around the side of the building to building E, which is the emergency. Spoke to the man at the door. He took my temperature, all of those pandemic precautions, if you will. Told me to go speak to the security guards. I went over there, told them the situation, that I'm supposed to be having blood work done for impending surgery. The heavy-set Caucasian guard kind of got up, pointed at where I'm supposed to go, didn't take me. Mind you, he just pointed. So I pretty much just said F it and F him too, read some signs and took myself there. Got there, doors locked. So I'm calling the numbers to the hospital, explaining my situation. I get the runaround a little bit. This patch keeps putting me different places. And then I eventually get routed to the labs for inpatient. And the lady explained to me that, she doesn't handle scheduling. She just screens the blood, tests the blood. And she also said that they are closed. Inpatient labs and outpatient labs was closed for New Year's Eve. And she didn't understand why somebody would give me an appointment on the day that they were closed. So that pissed me off. Mind you, I live in the South. It was horrific weather conditions on that particular day. There was thunderstorms all day. Chances of hail, flood, everything. It was really bad. And I drove in that to try to get this blood work done because I'm trying to get over with. And plus it had slacked up. But on the way home, it got a little ugly. So I was very pissed. And now I'm going to have to call them Monday to try to see if I can get another appointment scheduled. So here we are. So just to quickly recap, right now, my surgery is pending. I need to get my blood work done and get that sent over, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we have just pulled up at the outpatient facility. Today is Tuesday, January the 4th, 2022. And we're back. We're back, baby. I was here Friday, New Year's Eve, but the little female on the phone told me that they were opening and my appointment was at 12:30, which was a lie. I came out here in a thunderstorm. If you live in the South, then you know that we had some real bad weather. It's like thunderstorms and whatnot. So I drove in all of that just to get here. Let me get my purse. I drove in all of that just to get here. And the F building had a note on it talking about it was closed. And then I ended up going around to the emergency room, and the little man took my temperature, sent me to the guard. The guard was kind of rude about it. Just pointed me where to go. They were closed, but we're back. And I got my little folder with all my paperwork and everything like that. About to go in here and get some blood drawn, and I'll see if I can vlog. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so I'm back. That went well, actually. When I went in, though, they made me take my mask off. So, excuse me, I couldn't wear a cloth mask. Okay, I had this mask on, and they made me take it off and told me to put on this paper mask that I'm wearing right now. If y'all can see me. I'm not really sure why nobody explained, but I think I did see on Google News the other day that somebody said that the Omicron can go through cloth. Whatever, these people don't know what the hell they're talking about. Anyway, so it took forever. Sat down. They took my temperature, all that regular COVID stuff, right? Then I had to go to registration, and they got my information, got my insurance, my ID, all that. And then I had to go down to this elevator. She called it the gold elevator. It was a raggedy old ass elevator with old gold paint around it. But anyway, so I sat down there at lab for about 20 minutes. Luckily for me, I knew where it was because, you know, I came down here Friday for nothing. It was closed, and the security guard pointed me in that direction. So, yeah. These are some of the instructions. Bring your inhaler. Then they gave me a soap this time too. She was like, you're gonna take this soap and you're gonna clean your foot real good the night before and the morning of. So she gave me 2 of those. So we'll see how it goes. Because it's a week from tomorrow. All right. I'll see y'all later. I have to work. And my work hours coincide with everybody else's work hours. I don't have so much time to get stuff done.
Family.
Okay.
She comes to the doctor and they tell her they don't have the blood work and asking her to get her own blood work, which is what they should have asked her yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, this is they called me like 15 minutes before my appointment. Now, I know you want to wait, but you got your blood work.
That purse pretty.
Then they say that he can't go see me if he don't have my blood results, which is not my fault. I've already paid for today.
Do I keep filming?
This is complete trash. Update. Saw my doctor. He said that he should be able to get the blood work. And don't worry about it. Why you?
Look, baby. This drill don't help me. Because they're good for your allergies, you know. And this last year and a half, my allergies. That's why I've been trying. But then, yeah, that was my question, little girl.
Okay, so today is the big day. this lady called yesterday. She said we didn't have to be there until 11:30. So, but I was told 11 by a lot of people. So I'm still probably gonna be there early just to make sure I get good parking. And so a lot has gone into this. So the last time we spoke was here. Now on this day, the 7th, it started off all wrong. My doctor's office. These little heifers called me, let's see what, 20 minutes before my appointment, harassing me, talking about, I know you're coming in, but do you have your blood work? So, we don't have it yet. Mind you, I got my blood work done on this day at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. And those fools had me coming out on New Year's Eve during a thunderstorm, and they were actually closed. So I got the runaround. I ran over to ER to tell them my situation. Security guard kind of just pointed me where to go. He could have done better about walking me down where I was supposed to go. You know how people are. Anyway, so I went through a lot of hell to even get the blood work for this moment. So calling me 20 minutes before my appointment is very unprofessional. They should have had all of that done before I even came. And by the time I got there, one of them run in, and because I asked them when I was signing in, I was like, did y'all ever get my blood work? Because somebody called me, inappropriately ruining my morning. He's like, yeah, we're gonna get it, don't worry. So me and my mom are in a room waiting, and one of the little nurses, well, not nurses, one of the little worker bees come back there talking about, we still don't have it, they're not picking up. Then she bring me a business card with a fax number to my, can you call them too? I'm not getting anybody on the phone. So basically she's asking me to call while she's calling, trying to fearmonger me, saying he normally doesn't even see people without blood work. So all this is going on. I've called 3 times. I've gotten to run around. Nobody's picking up for outpatient labs. It was hell. So I come out there and I tell her, they sent it to my primary care doctor's office. Can't you just get the blood work from them? He's coming up. I'm trying to explain to him. He's like, don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. So when he got in there, I told him the situation. He's like, I'm a doctor at that hospital. So if you got blood work done there, I can get it. Do you know how mad I was? So these little females have been harassing me all morning and before he even came, all for him to say, oh, it's not a problem. I can access your blood work. I'm a doctor there. So after all of that, the only good thing about this appointment was when he told me he went over the procedure again, and he did say that when they remove the hardware later on at a different time, they can give me the hardware. So I do want that. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like out of the foot. And on the way out, I didn't get to tell you guys this. So on the way out, mind you, these little females have ruined my appointment, have just stressed me the hell out. Mind you, I got to go back to work like this. As we're on our way out of the door, they're like, hey, miss, did you, when you going to go ahead and pay your deposit? I'm like, deposit? So they've dropped the ball yet again. Somebody was supposed to call me prior to this appointment, probably upwards towards these days or even here before New Year's Eve. And they were supposed to tell me my insurance information and how much the doctor's portion was going to be for the surgery. They failed to do that again. So it's just been a lot of drama. I'm hoping and praying that today he takes all this metal out off the first metatarsal. I want all it out. I'm not doing this again. He needs a better staff. That was very unprofessional. So that day, when I got off work, I did call and they did give me the information, because when I was on the way at the door, she's like, they need $553. So you want all this money from me after you ruined my appointment and basically raise my blood pressure for nothing? Ugh. So at this point, FMLA's been contacted. I know my case manager. We're good on that. My supervisor, my team lead, everybody at my job knows. So we are just focusing on today. Today is where it all ends. It's kind of like the last of the Twilight series. It's like my Breaking Dawn 2 moment, my Hunger Games moment. You reflect on how it all started. Kind of nostalgic, so I've been going over my little list of everything I'm supposed to have. These like my little papers and things. This is my little crossbody tote. If you're familiar with this series, then you know what this tote is. You don't want anything too heavy today. You want to just keep it light. So I got my inhaler. I have so basically it's like my Buterol, my IBQ pen, some tissue, some lotion, my prescriptions, things like that. You want it kind of light today. Just kind of prepping to make sure I have everything. I feel like I never can get my room together. So right now I have my waters and everything on my nightstand. My prescription pill and my nausea pill are in my bag just in case I need them. Some of my vitamins. Got chlorophyll, iron, sea moss. This is stuff I took last time, and this is what really helped me, so I'm doing it again. Nausea, that anesthesia is always icky. I don't know what it is, so I'm gonna try this Dramamine when I get home, see how it works for me, and just go from there. And of course, if I'm backed up, you know what I gotta do. Oh, one more thing. I'm gonna pin this comment that I had. It cracked me up. So if you don't want to do a laxative, because everybody ain't regular, okay? Everybody ain't regular, y'all. So you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. So if you're not regular, you got to get this, because you got to get all that medicine anesthesia out of your body or you're going to be miserable. So an alternative is this right here. Now I love this. The name speaks for itself. Smooth move. Okay. You are going to be clean. You are going to be free. You're going to have all that nasty anesthesia and all that medicine and whatever they dope you up with out of your body. This is your friend. Okay. This is your friend. And then not just for your surgeries. I know I'm going to start detoxing tomorrow, when I'm feeling a little better and, not as groggy or whatever. However I may be feeling when I get home today. My surgery's at 1. So hopefully it'll be done quick. He says it's a quick procedure. They're just removing the hardware. They're not doing all that, reconstruction they did on the last 2 feet. Hopefully he'll be done and I can be home. I would like to be home at least by 4. But it depends on, how soon he gets started, what all he does, how soon I wake up. And normally when you wake up, they give you like maybe water, Sprite or something. And I think they need you to use the bathroom and stuff before you go. So depending on how quickly that does, that determines on how soon I'm going to get home. And that's when I'm going to take my Dramamine, because I'm going to be hungry, but I don't want to not eat. So let's go over the prep list, shall we? Okay, so I do have a video on this, by the way, too. I'm going to go ahead and post it in the top corner for you guys. And I should have put pre. So I normally take most of these supplements every day. But I know for this, I have ice packs, too. I need to check that off. I have my leave. I didn't even need baby aspirin this time. I got it anyway, but he said I didn't need it before I even bought it. Excuse me, he told me that afterwards. So I guess because I'm going to be walking, the baby aspirin is probably for when you were non-weight bearing mostly. So I guess you don't get the blood clots. It makes sense. And of course I have my hot teas, my magnesium, my battery, my crutches, my surgical walking boot, all that good stuff. I'm using bio oil, so he didn't prescribe any creams this time, which I guess is okay. Got me some immunity shots. You've seen the chlorophyll. I have a lot of fruits and vegetables, which you've probably already seen at this point. I'm going to be eating a lot of salads. And let's see, I got my Buterol on my head, on my IVQ pen. I have my surgical boot. I might not need my crutches, but we have those. I have to print off my insurance card because they haven't mailed them out yet. There's been a mail delay. If you live on Earth, you know what's going on around here these days. So yeah, and I got me a paper mask too over there in my purse because they was hating on my cloth mask for so Amaria and Mama Cron, whoever the hell. But anywho, so I think I'm pretty much ready. It is 10:38. We gotta be about 11:30, so we have a little bit of time. I know Mama Law want to go get gas and stuff, so I'm making sure that she eats because we're gonna be out here all day, and everybody ain't gotta suffer just because I can't eat. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish getting ready, and I'll try to get some footage at this facility. Y'all know it's a lot going on out here, okay? Depending on how fast they whisk me in and out, but I'll try to get a couple shots. You kind of see the process. If you follow this series, you pretty much know. If you follow this series at all, you probably already had your surgery and but I ain't never seen nobody get their hardware removed. So that's why we're filming this all together. What's it like to have to go back and get the hardware taken out of your foot? All right. See you guys in a minute. Oh, yeah. Another one of the instructions from this. Let me show you guys real quick before I throw it out. Now, I had 2 of these. So, I had a few of these, actually. This is the soap that the outpatient facility told me to use before, I guess the day of and the day after. So, when you open it, this is what it looks like. It had a bunch of red solution. You can kind of see it. So before I throw this out, I wanted you to know what it looked like. She said that some of them use a bottle. So it's basically a sponge. You can scrub, you can clean. You can use your regular soap first, and then you can use that. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Again, she said sometimes they give you a bottle of, I guess, specialized hospital shampoo to scrub up and down before you even go there. That was weird. Well, for me, it was weird because normally they just tell me to use Dial antibacterial soap 2 days in a row before. So getting this soap, well, again, this is, I guess, the first time I've had to get actual blood work done there. But last time they didn't even mention this, but okay.
Yeah. Oh, I missed it.
Oh, we did all that for
Nothing.
picture. Very painful. They had to do the wrist instead of the hand this time.
Pre-diabetes means the amount of glucose, a form of sugar in your blood,
Third surgery.
but not high enough.
The light. Y'all gotta forget the light.
Yeah, the nurse dimmed the light before she left. The anesthesia man left. He was just in here. He said he's going to do the anesthesia without the gases. It's supposed to combat the nausea that I normally have at the end. And it is cannabis, so they're doing that again. He told me to leave this patch on my neck for 24 hours this time.
Oh, okay.
And cotton underwear is okay.
All right.
Hold on, she depressing me. How you turn into my diabetes amputation? That ain't funny.
You all right there, kid?
Mm-hmm.
All
I'm
right.
sure this would be over with so I can go home and eat.
You just make sure you don't, even if you stop and get something a little.
And they're sitting here.
Everything looks great on your blood work. You're a very healthy individual.
Thank
I
you.
tried. I like to think spinach and romaine salad. I like to think.
It's working.
Well, you gotta be if you're trying to have surgery. You know, you can't just be
I heard that.
Right.
going downhill taking chances.
True.
All right, here is a marker.
Okay, but I do have my wrist inhaler just in case.
All right, kid. The final countdown. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. All right.
So the doctor just left. He's about to scrub up. We just kind of went over what we're about to do, and we asked for dressing over the foot because I am going to be able to walk. But it's freezing out there. We're in the south, and it's a freeze going on right now. And I didn't want any problems with my foot being exposed in that cold air in that boot. And right now we're just waiting on the weed man to hit up this anesthesia. They said weed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, weed is legal in some states now, so
Yeah, that is
it's
not good.
anesthesia.
I ain't trying to hear that.
Cannabis, honey, they put it in your anesthesia.
Putting that mess in my kids' anesthesia.
That's gonna make me more hungry.
Yep, true. Right.
So now we're just waiting on the weed man to hit this IV up. And we'll be getting started. I don't know what that is. Luckily this time it ain't upside down. Remember seeing it upside down when that had me scared.
The part that creeped me out every time, that cross. Still waiting.
Waiting on the weed man. 12:56.
Yep. That lady
I'm
was
gonna take me
saying.
back there and get me high because they started getting me high last time.
Yeah. I
Just
should have
had
had
another
that.
nurse just left. She's gonna be back there with my doctor. Just going over the particulars, you know, what's your name, where you from, how you want to die, and explain. Anyway,
Oh, please, I hope not.
what part of Scream is that? 2 or 3?
I don't know.
I think it's part 3. You know the usual. Anyway, then last time they kicked the IV off in here. I guess we're leaving, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But she said it's gonna be about an hour. So I hope so. I'm hungry.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
And that's it for now.
Yep.
I work with Dr. Carpenter, the anesthesiologist.
Okay.
I'll be your CRNA. I'll be with you the entire time.
Okay.
All right. Any problems with anesthesia in the past, or have you ever had anesthesia?
Yeah, this is my third foot surgery. We're taking the med off today. Nausea.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we got a propofol drip, so I do not anticipate any nausea at all.
Okay.
It's usually the anesthesia gas that causes nausea.
And
So
you said we're not doing that today.
Nope.
Then they put this patch on me, so.
yeah, you shouldn't have any issues. I'll give you some IV fluid too. Sometimes when you're dehydrated, it can make you a little nauseated as well. So
you know we can't eat, so.
I know. I get nauseated too, so I'm all about the propofol drip.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, oh God.
Yeah, I know. It can be kind of
It's a
uncomfortable.
necessary evil.
I know.
It's terrible.
I know. All right, and I'll give you some nausea medicine when we get back to the OR as well, just to make sure you're not nauseated. Okay.
Okay.
Any
So,
questions?
Did they ever give me that? It was like 2 pills. I just
Yeah, they
took?
gave you a pill, probably Marinol.
Yeah. Those
Okay.
2 little orange ball things.
Yeah, Marinol, and then scopolamine. It helps with motion sickness. So if you ever get
Okay.
motion sick, it kind of combats. They kind of work 2 different ways. And then when we get back to OR, I'll give you some medicine for your IV.
Okay, so the IV, I'll get doped up back there.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
because last time they started back here and I felt it before we rolled off.
Oh goodness.
Oh, shoot. Come here.
Well, I'm gonna give you some medicine for just.
After surgery, I look groggy.
A little sleepy, hungry, thirsty, waiting to get discharged pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Ginger ale. They got the army time up here.
This one was pretty short though. I woke up at 3. They just had me in recovery. Watching.
Yeah, now I'll be glad when they come in so we can go home. I'm tired. Exhaustion. That's a nurse on the cross again.
And the cross is straight to see how it goes.
Yeah.
There was so much that we could not vlog initially going to the hospital. It was a lot. So we found the parking garage and the patient parking. Luckily we found the spot out front, not too far. But I forgot what a trek it was from the patient parking area to the entrance. It was a very long walk, but we made it. It was just a reminder of how long it was when we got up there, especially when my foot started aching. So when we got, the beginning of this was a little bit rocky. When we got into the building, they had this older Caucasian lady. She was past ARP requirements. She seemed nice enough, but when we started trying to handle business, telling her who I am, what I'm there for, my +1 is my mother, my visitor, because the hospital said you can only bring one person due to pandemic restrictions these days. So she just couldn't damn hear. And it was so frustrating. I honestly repeated everything probably 11 times. And I tried to say it slowly because I thought maybe she can read lips really well. So I was saying my name and I'm here for my surgery. It's at 11. I got to be there by 11:30. I'm in the building. So I made sure I was trying to make eye contact with the cameras and things in case people tried to get disrespectful later on. If they tried to say I was late when I actually wasn't. Because they got this deaf heifer working the front door. And she wasn't even registration. This is just the woman they got working. The woman that greets you when you go past the double doors, the 2 sets of double doors. You know how the hospital is. She's right there to the right. Oh, and then they were like, she was saying that we had to remove our paper mask and put on their paper mask. And I explained, we just took these paper masks out of the pack. And, I was disgusted because their paper masks were sitting in a container with no cover. So how is your paper mask better than my paper mask when there's no cover on the container holding your stack of paper masks? To me, that was disgusting. I got my mask out the middle, and I know I hope my mom probably did too, because that's nasty. So if there is some Omarion, a monochrome, if there is a Marion, Omicron, a Megatron, whoever in the air, it's sitting on this top mask. You have no cover. How you a hospital and not thinking about what's in the air? You claim it's the airborne virus, and you're not covering your mask, but you're requiring people to remove their paper masks to put on one of yours. It's disgusting. It made no sense, and these are supposed to be healthcare professionals. It's dumb. Anyway, so that was just disgusting and annoyed me. Then she had this screen where I was supposed to kind of squat down and let the technology scan my face and take my temperature. It was pretty nifty. However, my mother is 5'1". I'm 5'6". So when it was my mom's turn, she had a very difficult time trying to squat down, trying to tiptoe to get the feature to go across her little forehead. It was really sad. So then a woman let her suffer for like 3-4 minutes of trying to get this temperature taken and said, oh, we could just do it the old fashioned way. And she pulled out the temperature gun. And I just kind of looked at her like, you heifer, you done let Smurfette struggle over here all this time. It was a lot. And I had to repeat my mom's name. She's like, YW. My mama, I didn't say nothing about no YW. What woman's name starts with a YW? I mean, I think Winona Ryder. Who name starts with a YW? Winsong? I mean, like, damn. It was crazy. Like, what are you talking about? Didn't nobody say nothing about no YW. That went on and on and on. The temperature thing it was a lot. We wasted, I want to say, a good 22 minutes with her. Just her. Just getting in the dough. It was bad. We had to keep repeating stuff. She's like, hey, what? Okay. She thought she was a little young great grandma from the dead on his white side. It was bad. It was really bad. My poor mom lost it. She had been so patient and so kind, but when that woman said her name started with YW, it was over. So after we finally got past the deaf ass woman at the front door, we finally went over to registration. Registration was cool. It was just a man and a woman over there who overheard everything and was laughing at the situation. It wasn't that funny to me. I was trying to get in. So after they stopped, laughing again, they 17 chuckles and laughing with my mother proceeded to go off because of the frustration and the length in time it took to get in the door. I finally got my name entered. Basically, I got registered. I got my my wristband and everything, and my mom got her name tag, and we went upstairs. So this is the same hospital that the surgery occurred in 2019. So it was pretty much the same thing, except this time I didn't have to sit with nobody. We just went to the registration. I guess it's a booth now because they got the plexiglass up and everything. We went there, got registered, went to those same double door elevators. You open the doors one way, and when you're ready to get out on the second floor, they open from behind you. It was the same elevator, same place. We went there, things were fine. Then we met some really rude, racist, redneck Republican South receptionists. I walk up, I tell her, hi, my name is such and such. I'm here for my 11:30 surgery. She looks at me sarcastically and says, yeah. And, every bit of me wants to punch through the plexiglass and whoop her old ass, but I'm trying to be calm. I'm trying to be zen. There's no time for none of that. You didn't give nobody else no disrespect. Nobody. All the white people in front of you got really great service. I don't understand why when it came to me and my mother, you want to give me with the, yeah. It's like, female, I don't do this every Wednesday. Okay, I got this paperwork that told me to come see you. So after we got through that, she was rude a little bit more. My mom was trying to explain to her, yes, she's my +1, but she's my mother, which is important too. This is a hospital. What if they need blood? So my mom was just trying to make sure that they knew she has a blood relative there. And she tried to get disrespect for my mother. She's like, I know you're her mom, but I'm not going to call you mom. I'm like, she's not telling you to call her mom. She just wanted to make sure you knew that she was my mother. It was a lot. She didn't do this to nobody else. And I know she didn't because I watched her. The people before us and the people after us, because she didn't give any instruction or details. She gave us one of those little buzzers like they do at the restaurant and said that they will call. They might need a urine sample from me, but they will call us when they need us. Very rude, not informative. And when that survey comes, I'm going to light her old racist Republican South ass up. She's going to get it. The woman next to her was not like that. I wish I had went over to her first, but, her line was not moving that quick. And you know how it is when they say next. I didn't know that this woman was going to be this way. And I didn't need that. You don't need your blood pressure up. You don't be mistreated. Your money spent just like everybody else. You're American just like everybody else. So I didn't have time for that, but I'll let the universe do what they need to. So after old rude racist, we sat down and left her there. We sat down in this, the waiting area. And it's restricted too. They got the signs up. 8 in this side, 8 on this side. It was crazy. So we sat there for a very long time, I may say. They didn't come get me until, let's see. Well, by the time we got up there, it was, I want to say, 11:41ish. Mind you, we dealt with the deaf lady at the front door. I was there at like 10:58. So the deaf lady at the front door took up a long time. And then I had to go get registered real quick down there. They were laughing while they were typing, so that took up a little time. Then I met rude racist receptionists. And so by the time I sat down, it's like 11:41. They didn't come get me to like 12:39. Like, I pretty much waited an hour out there, and I'm thinking to myself, why did I even have to be here this early? I've been mistreated the whole time, and I've waited. So eventually, the buzzer rang, and then a nice black nurse sent me back to where I needed to go. I met another nice nurse, Miss Ann. She was a real sweetheart. She took care of me, and she basically got the urine sample. I did what I could. You know, you can't eat or drink after midnight, so it was very, 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 very minimal. That went well. Let's see, I got in the gown, all of that good stuff. You've seen that footage. So after I got in the gown, my mom came in. She sat with me. That IV hurt like hell. I want to say something too, because I'm going to show you footage. I'm probably going to post a picture right here. My vein was, it blew. It was painful as hell. When she put that, she complained about how small my veins were, which I told her, and she explained that we couldn't do a butterfly needle because for the type of IV fluid you have to do in surgery, a butterfly needle is too small. It cannot hold the fluid. So she explained all that to me. She was real knowledgeable, real sweet lady. She took good care of me. And so she found a place on my wrist, at the top of my wrist. It was awful. When she put that damn needle in, my fingertips, like my nerves, that hurt so bad. It hurt so bad, my fingertips. She was nowhere near my fingertips. She was on my wrist, but my fingertips were aching. Like those nerves lost it. And here we're a week out, and my wrist is still bruised where the IV was. So I'll show you all that in a moment. Oh, that was terrible. That was probably the worst one I've ever had. I don't know why she couldn't get the one in my hand like they normally do. If you watch this series, the first and second time, they normally go for this little vein on my right hand right here in the middle. Oh, no. She went for the wrist. I about died. But she said she'd been doing this 47 years. I trusted her. She was real sweet. She was knowledgeable. But damn, we had to go to the wrist. Anywho, so after Dinah came back and looked at and criticized that IV in my wrist, my mom was there. She filmed. Shout out to my mom. Mama Law was vlogging. She was holding it down. They came in and explained that they were going to do the cannabis-inspired anesthetic again, but this time they were going to do it without gas emission, which was going to counteract the nausea. So once he explained that to me, and then we had he came in. Then after a while, his nurses came in. I think one name was Alice and one name was Courtney. They were super cool. And they were telling me what we were gonna do. I wasn't gonna have too much. Courtney said she'll be back on me the whole time, and this one should keep me from being nauseated. Because again, if you watch the series, I'm sick to death after each of these surgeries. So we did that. Then they start putting the IV in. I didn't really feel anything in there this time, and nobody asked if I had any final words, so there was no Drake rapping or anything like that. We just went to the same room from last time, and I remember commenting about those big black lights that they had in there. Somebody said something to me, and then I start kind of going out. Then it felt like somebody was putting lotion on my left foot or wrapping it up or something, and that's all I remember. And I woke up in the recovery room. It was 3:01. The clock was like right in front of me. And that's the first thing I asked. And then there was a nurse that said, yes, you are, sweetheart. You just sit here and rest. And then I remember after a while, they asked me like wiggle my toes and stuff. And then they rolled me out to the discharge room. I forgot that nurse name. Did she tell me her name? Or maybe I was high. I don't remember. Anywho, she's real sweet, and she hooked me up with some Syndrome ginger ale. She ended up giving me 2 cans. The little bitty cans though, y'all. What are those, like 8 ounces? Those small little bitty cans that you get like 3 sips out of. She got me a can, got my mom, got me another can. But she hooked me up though, because when it was time for me to go, everything was good. I could wiggle my toes. I had to use the restroom and everything like that. She told my mom to go get the car. She hooked me up. She got like 4 extra cans of ginger ale. I'm like, yes. We out here running around. She put me in a little wheelchair, took me downstairs, and it was cool. But that ginger ale was good. Oh my God. Shout out to her. 4 extra cans. Oh, it was great. So mom puts me in a car. We come home, and I'm telling you, The ancestors was there. I did not get sick. After about an hour or so, I was able to eat. I did not vomit at all this time. I didn't vomit the next day. I didn't vomit in the discharge room. Normally, I'm just everywhere. And they had extra barf bags in case it happened, but it didn't. So that went well. I wasn't sick. I wasn't nauseated. So if you have problems with nausea, if they bring up the cannabis-inspired anesthesia without gas emission, that's what you want. That's what you want, because this was amazing. This was the first time I was actually able to eat when I came home. Normally it takes me a day or two after my surgery, but this was great. I ate, went to bed and everything. Problem around 5 o'clock, right after my surgery that next morning, was my mom wakes me up to tell me the heat went out. So that was trash. That was complete trash. It's about to get fixed now. A week of going back and forth with Home Warranty of America. They suck. That went on, yes. But all in all, it's been today's Tuesday. Tomorrow I'll go to get my first post-surgery appointment. Check up, he's gonna look at the incision, clean around and change the dressing. So yeah, they sent somebody out to work on the heat. They'll come back tomorrow with the part. Hopefully tomorrow goes well, and we'll just go from there. But it's been better. Of course, it still hurts. I mean, bone is healing. Lord knows what else they did. But he did call me after the surgery like he always does. And he told me that it went well. It was quick. It was 48 minutes. He got the entire plate and the 5 screws out of the foot. Now, mind you, I didn't really have a lot of access to all of my x-rays. And when I did have them, the CD-ROM they gave me was giving me issues on my computer. I didn't realize it was 5 screws behind that plate. I could only see 2. So I always thought it was a plate being held down by 2 screws in my bone. No, that was 5 screws, which really explains why it hurt so damn bad. That explains it. Why it hurt, sent Indians down trying to walk. That explains it. My foot is narrow. You've seen my feet. My feet are narrow. And you put that big plate in them 5 screws and you thought I was going to be able to make it in life? No. But they're out. And before he even called me, they sent the results over to my primary care physician's office. That the medical group and the patient portal had already told me it took 5 screws, a plate, some tissue, and a strip of skin. All got sent in for review. So the strip of skin must be where the scar was. I don't know. I just hope it's all well. But yeah, pain level is not as bad as the first 2 surgeries, but it ain't been golden either. I've been sitting up here, trying to. Every now and then I gotta hold back a tear because I think something snaps back into place and you can feel it and you just be like, oh Lord. You could feel it. You could feel it mending, and then the pain is on both sides sometimes. So I feel like the bones and everything are just getting back into place. The skin is meshing. But yeah, other than that, it's been good. And tomorrow he finally changes my dressing. We had a little bit of drama with that too. So people have had a bad habit of giving me wrong dates and not confirming dates with these damn holidays. So the surgical coordinator with her lovely self gave me the date of 1/17/2022 for my post appointment. Turns out the office actually celebrates Martin Luther King Day, and the surgeon himself will be doing surgeries that whole morning. So they had to reschedule. He told me they would, and then somebody called the Monday before? Yeah, they called late. They called Monday, and they were trying to get me to come on the 25th. And I'm thinking to myself, no. I've never waited 2 weeks to get my foot checked after surgery, and plus my discharge papers say that he must check it 5 to 7 days. So I had to be adamant about that. I was not about to sit here with a foot that ain't been looked at in 2 weeks after it's been cut open and so bad. They had me messed up. But luckily, I put my foot down, I stayed conservative, and I got my appointment for Wednesday. So I'll go tomorrow, we'll get all that taken care of, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and close the vlog out right here. We'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Signing off. Protect your energy.